Hey, what's up guys? It's Zach. Today we're going to be taking a look at the differences between the Nike NBA jerseys, the Swingman, and then the Authentic. Alright guys, so before we get into the breakdown, just going to kind of go over like the differences like verbally between a Swingman and an Authentic, and then I'm going to show it to you. So just going to like talk about like price points, where they stand, like is the swing, like let me get like out of the air like the rumor, is the Swingman a replica? Like what is it? Is it a replica? Is it an Authentic? And is the Authentic the best you can get, or is there better? And there's a lot of research I had to do. There's barely any videos comparing these two, and the ones that are up there are pretty old. I'd say, you know, a lot of them are when Adidas was, you know, in charge of making the jerseys. So a lot of people did comparisons between them, and they're not bad videos. It's just they're, you know, they're not up to date. So I figured, you know, since the new year just started, this is a fairly new jersey. This came out late 2018. It's the City Edition Sixers, Joel Embiid. Figured this would be a good one to compare. And yeah, you could see a lot of differences. I mean, if you take a look, I mean, just at the color difference between this one, and the way that the materials look. This one has more of that t-shirt look design to it, as this one, and it's probably hard to see on camera. Let me try and focus it. But you can see this one, it actually is more of like a starchy look to the top. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it looks more like a canvasy type look to it. When it comes to the NBA jerseys, when I was reading a lot about it, because there wasn't much in videos, as I was saying, so I had to like revert to reading, you know, like had to revert to looking things up online, reading a lot of articles between, you know, when Nike started creating these and a lot of different things about the two, and I came to find out that a lot of people were commenting, and I saw on a couple videos too, they were commenting saying like Swingmans are fake, they're crap, don't buy a Swingman, if you're going to buy a Swingman you're wasting your time, it's fake, don't buy replicas, stop buying fakes. It's kind of like a shoe type thing, like when people buy fake Yeezys, stuff like that, people were kind of like mocking people that buy the Swingman, and I really was confused why these people were doing that, and they were saying, you know, if you're going to buy a jersey, buy an Authentic or don't buy one at all. I don't know why those people were saying that. So I looked into it, and then there were people saying that the Swingman is not a step beneath Authentic, and Authentic isn't even real. They were saying Authentic was fake, and that the only real jersey you can buy is a actual player worn and then a pro cut jersey. Those are the real two, and then there is the Authentic and Swingman. And I'm just explaining, let me get it out in the air, what the, you know, you can't get your hands on a player worn jersey unless you pay a lot of money for it. I mean, they have them, they exist, and you know, you can get them on Fanatics, I see them all the time on there, but it's not really something that you can wear. I mean, like, let's say I wanted a Joel Embiid one. You can't wear a player worn Joel Embiid jersey, it's gigantic. And a pro cut is technically the same thing, it's just not worn. But a pro cut means that it was specifically designed to fit that player perfectly. So as for these, we get the small, mediums, large, extra large, and whatever. For our sizes, they get custom fitted jerseys, the players. So once again, if I want to buy a pro cut Joel Embiid, I can never wear it. And it's going to be very similar to the Authentic, just fitted to Joel Embiid, and minor differences with the perforated holes and things like that. But that's basically what I got from my research, and the people that are saying Swingman are fake, in my opinion, are idiots. The Swingman is a great jersey to buy, and I'm going to explain why it's great to own it. I have 6 of these, actually, not this exact color, but I have 6 Swingman. I really like them, and I'm going to explain exactly why to buy it. And I have the Authentic here, obviously, too. So, in fact, the Swingman is one step beneath the Authentic. That's what it is. This is what we can buy as customers and as normal fans. These are the gear. This is the type of gear we can get. We can get an Authentic or we can get a Swingman. These are the choices that they give us. Pro Cut is not easy to get your hands on. Those are crazy collectors that get them in Authentics. So I can kind of see why people are saying it. Maybe if you're a real collector of jerseys and you really want high value on them and you're not going to wear them, go with maybe trying to look for Pro Cuts and player worn. But it's not really something that you could be expected to wear. And I mean, you can only wear a Pro Cut if you're, you know, 7'1" like Embiid. So let's really take a look into this and let's break it down. Alright, now let's dive into the Swingman jersey. Here's the tag that comes on the Swingman in the bottom. So, is NBA Authentics. So, for those people saying Swingman is not real, it is fake, it is authentic, and it's created by NBA. It gets the Swingman written right here. It also has, it says engineered here, the exact specifications of champion athletes, I believe that says. Yes, and then you get your style number down here. That's your size for the jersey. This is medium. Medium's 44. And then you get this Nike Connect. This is kind of weird what this is. I'm actually going to show you guys exactly what Nike Connect is. All right, so if you go on any type of smartphone here, you can log in, and you want to go to this Nike Connect app. So what it's going to do is it'll boot up. It's probably going to boot up my last jersey. So let me just go right to the search. So if you have never downloaded this before, this is the screen you're going to get. And what it's going to do is, let's see if I can hold it here so you can see it. It's going to say ready to scan. So launch the experience. Place your phone on the Nike Connect logo. So the logo is going to be right here. So you're just going to tap it. It's going to come up like that. And what it should do is it actually should come up with a picture of the jersey. It will load your team. So here we go. For some reason, it's going to show a picture of Ben Simmons. I don't know why. I guess they're using him as the face as the Sixers. Let me see. Network. Era. Let's try again. Of course. 76ers. Here we go. Okay. And there it is. Alright, so there's my name. And then we get this here. 2 game day tap-ins. So this is my second day the Sixers play that I tapped in. I don't really know what this does necessarily as for that, but I know you can like unlock things. Like, I mean, here it'll give you like your player stats. So here's Joel Embiid. It gives you his points per game. Everything here. I don't know. I guess for doing this, I unlocked Ben Simmons' playlist. So supposedly I could view this on Apple Music. I'm not sure exactly what that does. You get a monthly unlock. If you play 2K, it looks like you get 1500 VC. And there's 5,000 VC as well here for NBA 2K19. So it's a pretty weird way that this works. But I have, as I was saying earlier, I have 6 Swingman plus the Authentic. And the Authentic also has a Nike Connect. So for each jersey, you can scan it in. It doesn't tell you how many jerseys you do have. I wish it did. And they kind of all saved by picture. But it won't tell you that. But it will give you the game day schedule and stuff like that. So it is pretty cool to have this on there, I guess. And you can always check it if you're watching the game and check out your player's stats. So that's basically what the Nike Connect does. Alright, so what you guys are looking at right now is straight up the material for the jersey. And that's what we're just going to dive into. We're going to take a look at the material on the Swingman, and let's really pay attention to it. So on a normal Swingman jersey, I'm actually going to show you 3 examples. This is the one right now. This is the City Edition. It feels like a satin. I don't really know how to describe this. It's like a satin. It's very soft. It's very smooth, and it's like a slippery feel to it. You could see the minor perforations in there. There's minor perforation holes that go all through it. Then you could see the pattern of what would be like a gray T-shirt incorporated onto the jersey. So I've been saying, this satin is very strange the way it is. It actually feels heavier than like the typical Swingman that you would normally feel. It's just the way that this particular material is, I guess, for the way that they made the Sixers jersey to make it look like a T-shirt. It's actually inspired by Rocky. So if you've ever seen Rocky when he wears the sweatsuit, that's exactly why they use this gray T-shirt type material. And that's only Authentic. We'll take a look into that as well. It's actually a different type of material. This is actually considered Nike Dry Fit. I'll make sure to show that so you guys can see it. So the size tag here, you can see this is the 44 medium. This one is made in Honduras, it looks like. Honduras? I don't know. So this changes per jersey. I know a lot of Guatemala. There's some Thailand. This one is Honduras. This is the first one that I own that says that. But you get your NBA here, and this is Nike Dry Fit. So it's like a dry fit material. It's interesting. And you can see the perforation a little bit better on the white here. But very minor perforation in comparison to other jerseys. Alright guys, so the jersey that you're looking at right now is actually the Sixers Earned Edition jersey. So it's very similar, same design as the City Edition. It's just white, kind of reversed. So you get the blue here and white. But if you can take a look at the perforations on this jersey, I think you could see, just like if you look around the 21 here, you could see how big the holes are in comparison to what they are on the other jersey. Now I know you're probably going to say that's just the gray coloration of the other one here, but it really isn't. I mean, you could still see them in there a little bit, but it really isn't. It's a different material. This is very smooth. I mean, I wish you could, if you could feel it, you'd be able to tell. And then this one is much more rough. It's more of a netting material. Exactly what you're seeing it is just imagine it would just be like a netting, normal jersey-like material. I also have this Swingman jersey too. This is a Rocket City Edition James Harden. You can see this one has like some images within it here. This has large perforations just like the white one, but it's also incorporating that satin feel. So this is very similar to the gray one, but not as thick, a little bit lighter, a little different. But for the most part, what I could tell you about the Swingmans is they're all going to have some form of perforation. Nothing on the logos here, nothing on the actual decals, but it's going to have perforation on the material. And for the most part, it's going to be much heavier than it will be on an authentic. I believe they just do this for durability reasons. And, you know, with a jersey that is more durable, you can do more with it. And that's kind of what the Swingman is designed for. It's designed strictly for use where you can go out and have a good time with your jersey on, support your team, go to games, and not have to really worry about the material getting ripped or whatever. It's like a normal shirt. It's thicker, something you could wear with maybe a hoodie underneath, something like that. That's the point of this material being like this. As the authentic is more towards what the players wear and is more, you know, game accurate. Alright guys, so now what we're looking at is the actual logos of the Swingman. So this is something that all Swingmans have in common. This is not just something limited to the Sixers one. All of them have these heat pressed logos on there, almost like an iron-on type. So it's like a heat press like you would with any type of rubberized logo. But in this case, it's like this, it's like a patch type material, but ironed on. And it's very thin, and if you actually were to bend this here, you can see that it's pointy on the top of the star, and you can feel the point. And if I really try to, with my fingernail, dig up under here, you can peel these stars off. If you really pull hard enough, you can probably get them off. It's a very big complaint with the Nike Swingmans. I know there was a couple of reports, if you actually watched it, I think it was on the news, and there's a lot of ads talking about this mother who washed her kids' jerseys in the washing machine, and all the numbers fell off. Big deal. I'm not exactly sure if she maybe just washed them incorrectly and she was more used to washing an original Swingman that used to actually just be rubberized and it wouldn't come off. I'm not sure if she dried them. I don't know what her situation was, but I can't tell you that that doesn't happen from one wash because I'm not really sure. This jersey is fairly new. I've actually never really worn this. So I'm actually kind of unsure on how to wash this too. I've done a lot of reviews on it and I don't really know exactly what works best and how to preserve it. But as for the logo, you can kind of see that there. So the Nike swoosh on the front is fully like rubberized. This is actually like a real heat, like a heat press logo. This is how like the numbers should have been. But this is how this is. I'm not afraid of this coming off. I mean, if you wash it and dry it, I probably would chip over time after a couple washes. But if you handle this right, this would never really get ruined. These here might. I don't know if you can see the star a little better. You could probably see that tip. I mean, if I put it, it's like resting on my finger there. Like I could just peel it off. It's weird, and I am concerned about that because, you know, this jersey isn't cheap. Although it's not an authentic, it's still a $110 jersey. I mean, and for some people, that's a lot of money. And especially to spend on just a jersey you use for casual wear to just support your team. It's a lot of money to buy that. So for something to fall apart like that, I mean, it's not cool. Now we're moving on to the back. Same deal, just kind of showing you guys this back. You can hear the sound that it makes. That's the type of material it is. It's like a patch. It's like an iron-on patch. Very thin. Same goes for the word here. You know, same fear you'd have for the letters to possibly fall off. So not really sure there. I'll show you guys the NBA logo. So this is one flat form of rubber. It's just like the front, just like the Nike swoosh. Same type of thing, decal here. Nothing is popping out like it's, like I'll show you on the authentic. This is a little different. Like the NBA like extrudes out a little bit and so does the player. But on this one, it's just one flat piece. Not a big deal. It's rubberized just like the front. Should be perfectly fine in the wash. Nothing to worry about like the letters here. This would be more of your concern. Alright, so this is the last thing I'm going to show you guys before we take a look at the authentic. I think it's a pretty big one. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's perfectly fine. It's just something that is very different between the two jerseys. I mean, for the most part on the jerseys, they look visually the same, maybe a little bit of different materials. But for the most part, the design is exactly the same. It's just different materials. Now, on here, this is a little bit thicker, this collar around the arms here. And it goes around the top as well. The top one's perfectly fine. As for the collar, this loops all the way around and comes back around onto the front, which is fine. But on the Authentic, it actually cuts off right here, and that's what the players wear. When you see it on the players, the pinstripe here stops right there. That's why I like that we're using a Sixers jersey right now, because the Sixers jerseys can show this, and it's very easy to see. So you'll see it when I show the Authentic that it stops here. And I think that's a pretty big one, a big difference between the two, just because that's what the players wear. It's stopping here, and then this is just gray from this point on. But on this, it'll wrap all the way. That's how you can kind of tell the difference between the two. But once again, there's nothing wrong with wearing a Swingman. Once again, I have 6 of them. Bought them for a reason. I really like them, and I could just sum up the Swingman for you right now. As for the Swingman jersey, guys, it's great. It's something that you want to wear to support your team and wear casually. That's the point. It's more durable here. These are durable as of right now, especially these logos. I'm not concerned of them ripping right now. I'm just concerned after a wash if they'll loosen up. But they are heat pressed on there. It's strong. It doesn't feel bad. And, at least I feel like I could lay around in this and nothing's going to happen versus the Authentic. And I'll show you why the Authentic is a little bit more fragile and delicate in just a second. But, yeah, guys, that's basically what I'm going to say about the Swingman, and that wraps up our Swingman. So let's move on to the Authentic. So now we're taking a look at the Authentic jersey. So here it is. Here's the tag for the Authentic. Very similar to the Swingman, except you get Authentic here instead of Swingman. Still NBA Authentics. Tag is actually a bit better quality. It's actually a little rougher. It looks more embroidered here. And you still got the Nike Connect in there. It still scans exactly the same. We'll have a different SKU number, but it still shows a picture of like the jersey as it would for the City Edition. So you don't get any extra perks for scanning an Authentic through the Nike Connect. So I'm not really going to demonstrate it. This is the small. That's a 40. As for sizing between the jerseys, between a small and medium, the only difference is width. So it's just a little bit wider on the medium, and with my Swingman I try to keep stuff underneath of it because it's more of a casual wear jersey and I like it to look more baggy. This, if I'm going to put this on, it's more fitted. It looks cleaner if it's on you super tight, and that's also because this material is paper thin, and this is what we're really going to be taking a look at right now. Alright guys, so let's dive into the material of this jersey, and as you can see, I mean, it looks like a canvas type feel to it. I mean, it's got like a canvas feel to it. Very starchy look. If you look at it here, you could see you can actually see the perforations. They're much smaller, but they're everywhere. That's because this is as close as you're gonna get to the Pro Cut, I guess, or the Player Worn. Pro Cut and Player Worn, basically the same deal. It's just Pro Cut is before the player wore it, but it's designed for a player. This is basically what the players wear for the team. When you see them wearing it, this is pretty much what they're wearing. It's designed on par pretty well to exactly what they would wear. It's very thin, and you could see the inside here too where the perforations are. It's everywhere, so it's very breathable so that the players could use it. A lot of things I read with this material, it's very thin and that it can rip very easily, especially to the players. I know Ben Simmons' jersey has ripped before. LeBron James' jersey has ripped, and there's a lot of other players I read about too. So just 2 of them that I'm naming off the top of my head whose jerseys have torn because of the very thin material. A lot of people are blaming Nike's crap quality control for it, and I don't blame them for blaming it. I mean, it probably is their fault, but at the same time, this jersey is the lightest NBA jerseys that the NBA players have ever worn. It's super light, and I'm going to just describe it as like tissue paper. I mean, they're wearing tissue paper on them instead of a thicker jersey like the Swingmans are. So it's much easier and lighter for them to play in, and I think that's why Nike has them like that. I mean, to an NBA player, it's not the same as spending $200 as it is to us. This is a $200 jersey. If you go to the stadium and buy it, it'll cost you $300. I know that, and it's an expensive jersey to wear, so you got to be more cautious while wearing it versus the Swingman. I mean, the Swingman's still expensive, but at the same time, this guy right here, it's a lot of money, so you don't want to really mess it up. So guys, take a look at the tag on there, and instead of it saying Nike Dry Fit, we get this Nike Vapor Knit. So it is different. Very light, I was saying. It's like a tissue paper weighted jersey. It's very thin. And that's kind of the reason why I went with a small on this one, because it fits, it looks better on you because it's so thin. I don't know if you could maybe see it in the corner here, like just how thin this is, and it feels really light. But anyway, same type of thing as the inside as the other one, just a little bit darker and more printed. So you get the NBA small 40. This one's made in Thailand, and yeah, as I said again, vapor knit instead of dry fit. As for the collar design here, it is a different material. It is not as stretchy as the other one. It's more fitted and just like a material here. See the Nike swoosh here? Very similar to the other Nike swoosh. This one is thicker though. Actually, it's a great deal thicker. This is not going to really ever fall off in my opinion, even after a wash. I think this jersey would be easier to wash. This would just be cold, delicate. Don't dry it. I don't think you'd have a problem. This is thick, and I'll show you why right now. So take a look at the logo here. This is actually all stitched all the way around. The 21 is fully stitched here, and the stars are actually stitched too. The only thing not stitched are right here. The center of the stars are actually rubberized, and I'm going to zoom in for you guys so you guys can see it all. You can actually see it right down here where it's rubberized, and I still don't think this is going to come off. It's really in there good, and it's stitched together well. You could feel this. It's still very light even though it's stitched, and it's all perforated on the number. The stars are not. So check that out. You can see that. This is the small 21 on the front, and the big one on the back is completely perforated as well, and we'll take a look at that in just a second. And here's your stars here. You could see rubberized and sewn right on the sides. So here's the back of the jersey. You could take a look here. You could see huge 21 and the sewn in bead on the back. So yeah, the number 21 is very large on the Authentics. Any size that you get in an Authentic, you're going to get a large 21, large in bead. On the normal Swingman, if you purchase a small, it is going to be smaller. The word is actually smaller. And on this, it's gigantic. So here's the Swingman 21. And here is the Authentic 21. They're both smalls. So you could see the difference. The Authentic is going to give you a much larger size number on the back, because that's something more to what the player would wear. As I said earlier, name all stitched in. Here's the NBA logo. We're going to zoom in on that. And I think that's a pretty good shot there. I think you can kind of tell and see the depth on how the player here is actually boosted up, and also the NBA too. You can feel them popping out. Like the blue and red is one piece in the back, and then this guy has some depth to him. He's up, and the NBA is up. So you can feel that it's layered on top. So it's actually a much better quality logo and not coming off. I think it was done very well there. You also get this number 3 here, gold. Players, when you see them wear the jersey, you'll see this there. So it's pretty cool. You got that. That's something that's exclusive to the Authentics. As well to being exclusive to the Authentics, let's take a look at the sides. So take a look here at the arm. You can see, as I was saying, it does cut off here, and it actually is just stitched gray, and this comes straight down like that. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see the full picture of it, but this is the way it is. So it just comes down a little bit, and then it goes straight out. That's the way that it is on the Authentics. Is when you see the players wear it, it looks just like that. Stitching right down the sides, and then you get the pinstripes here, and they cut off. So it's pretty interesting that that's the way that the Authentic is, and it's weird that the Swingman doesn't have this design to it too. I'm not sure why they didn't do it. I guess it's just easier to make it that way, easier to slip on, more casual, because this does feel fitted when putting on. So there's actually just 2 more things I want to show you with the jersey. One is the bottom shape here. You can see how it's smaller in the front and larger in the back. The Swingman shares this type of design, but it gets longer in the back, but it's not cut like this, like how it has this cut. You can see that it flips up. You can actually see the Nike Connect there too, if you see the round, because of how thin the material is. You can see the little piece there. But you can see how this flips up. And that's something that the Authentics have. It's just a different shape to it, different stitching, kind of like how it is on the back with the arms. And the last thing we're going to look at is right here. Only the Authentics have a word written here. So this one, since it's the Philadelphia City edition, it just says Philadelphia, USA. For like the normal jerseys that Philadelphia has for like their normal blue, red, white, they're actually just going to say like City of Brotherly Love, I believe. So each team does have a saying right here, and that's only on the Authentics. You can't get that on the Swingmans. I don't know why they don't just add the Philadelphia USA to it. It's just something they don't do. But that's basically it for differences between them. As you can see, like the Swingman is much thicker and it just has those crappy logos on it. That's the only problem I have with the Swingman. The Authentic is exactly to what the player would wear, but it's paper thin, it's expensive, and it's very delicate. This is not really something that I feel comfortable wearing everywhere, like when I'm watching the game and relaxing. So I feel that you're probably better off just buying a Swingman. If you're a serious collector and you want to save these for value, definitely invest in one. And if you really are a serious fan of your team, you have your team, you really like them, go out and go get yourself an Authentic jersey. And if you want to wear it, be my guest. They're just expensive. If you want to roll more budget-wise, I'd stick with the Swingmans. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Excellent jerseys. Still, both of them are both good. They're both real. I don't want to hear that the Swingmans are fake. They're not fake. They're just not the game authentic type like this. But this one, I don't even like to really put this one on much. There's not really a reason to wear it because I have the Swingman version of it. This is very delicate, and it's something that I'm hoping to just get autographed and then just to put it away and frame it and leave it up. It's more of something for value to have, just to say I got an Authentic, something to support the team, especially a City Edition one. Special Edition jersey just to put aside. That's the reason for the Authentic. But what I recommend, invest in a Swingman. Get one for yourself. Awesome jersey to just have to lounge around in and support your team. Any other questions you guys have, just let me know in the comments below. Yeah, as for sizing on it, go true to size as you would for a shirt. I recommend if you're getting a Swingman, get your normal size. If you really want an authentic one, you're actually going to wear it, I'd go a size smaller. Because, you know, the length is actually identical between the medium and the small. It's just the width. So, I mean, they are the same length. I know you can't see the bottom right now, but they are. So, yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really hope this video helped. If you have any questions, let me know. And in the future, I do hope to get a full wash video of the Swingman, and hopefully we can just confirm that it is very durable and they're good to have. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.